Good morning, Lansing. It is Friday, June 25. I am Melanie Youngsma, publisher of the Lansing Journal. I'm here again with Josh Bootsma, managing editor of the Lansing Journal.
Good morning, Lansing. I hope you're staying dry and everything.
We're here for another weekly roundup. A lot of interesting stories published this week. I'm scrolling through our website right now.
Lots of stuff, yeah.
There was a Juneteenth celebration at Sandridge Nature Center.
That's right. Yep, some Lansing folks were there. Good to see them out.
And on Monday, the Lanoak Park District swore in a new park board commissioner.
That's right. The board is now full. Welcome to Miss Aguilar on the board.
And you had a story about TF South Boys Track, and a good story about fireworks.
That's
Fireworks at Lanoak Park, as well as fireworks in people's own driveways.
That's right. So if you have questions about doing fireworks at home or about your neighbor doing fireworks at home, be sure to check out that story below because good information there.
A couple of stories that came up during the week gave us an opportunity to talk not just about the news, but about how people react to the news. And Josh, why don't you take a minute and just explain what that looks like when somebody makes a comment on the story, what happens?
Right. So what we're not talking about is Facebook comments.
Right.
This is comments that are on our site. When you're on our site, you scroll to the bottom of the story, and there's a comment section where you can type your comment and submit it. And what happens when you hit submit, Melanie and I receive an email notification that there's a comment waiting to be approved on the site. And so what either I will do or Melanie will do is go into the site, read the comment, and approve the comment. So if you comment and you don't see it there immediately, that's because Melanie and I have to approve it, and we're usually pretty good at approving things in a timely fashion. But if it's not there right away, we did receive it, and you will see it there soon. We weigh the comments against our comment policy.
Yeah, we developed this comment policy because our mission is building community. So the news that we publish and the comments that we publish, we want to make sure they build community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that does not mean that everybody has to agree with each other and
Right,
everybody has
of
to be
course.
happy and positive all the time.
Right.
You are allowed to have strong opinions and you are allowed to disagree with
Right.
things that have been written. But there's a way to do that
Right.
that enhances conversation rather than shutting conversation down. So the policy is pretty simple. We will not allow personal attacks. We expect thoughtfulness and respect from all our contributors. I'm reading this from our comment policy page. And we will rarely allow anonymity. And that's because we want people, real people, to be engaging with each other. If you're going to hide behind a fake name or a fake email, that doesn't contribute to community or to conversation.
Right.
So those are the highlights, and I'll go ahead and post a link to this comment policy below this video as well. So when we got a couple of comments this week about the TF South naming process,
Yeah.
we didn't approve them right away. We spent some time thinking about whether we should approve them,
Right.
and that's a judgment call.
It is. There's not usually overt, cussing out somebody or
Right.
overtly bad language. It's more a matter of kind of the spirit of the comment, and when we don't see it, which is hard to judge, right?
Right.
What's the
It's a
spirit
total
of
judgment
what's
call.
the spirit of respect in this comment? And sometimes it is more obvious than others that there's not a spirit of respect, but it makes sense for you if you want to contribute to the conversation to submit a comment that is going to try to win people over, and name calling or
Really doesn't do that.
it doesn't do that at all. It doesn't do that at all.
Now, on the other hand, here's a good example
Hmm.
of what can happen when people disagree with each other respectfully. We have a category called local voices, and we've published a variety of opinions on a variety of topics.
Right.
One of our most prolific local voices is Bob Melkus. He submitted some thoughts about the 1619 project, which is I believe it's a curriculum that are being introduced or suggested for schools. So he published about that. Frank Fetters is one of our subscribers and an avid reader of the Lansing Journal. He read Bob's column and disagreed with Bob.
Yep.
And he posted a comment under Bob's piece, and then I think Bob replied to him, so they had some conversation going. Frank felt strongly enough about it that he went ahead and wrote his own local voices, and he submitted that, and that published this week. It was called Revisionist History. So he's engaging with Bob on that topic, and Bob commented on Frank's post. So here these two guys are disagreeing with each other, and but doing it respectfully,
Yeah.
and having a conversation. Now, just last night, we also got a local voices submitted by Bruce Langman, a new player on the field, who disagrees with both Bob and Frank.
Right.
So he took the time to carefully construct an article and submit it to us, and we published that last night, so it was in this morning's email, Friday morning's email. And Frank already replied to Bruce this morning. And he admitted that he changed his mind after reading what Bruce wrote about what Frank had written about Bob's comments. So I think that's just a great example of that kind of conversation. I don't know who's right, Frank, Bob, or Bruce.
Right.
I don't know if any of them are right.
And at the end of the day, that's not what's most important, right?
Right. I'm learning a lot from all of them. And if the conversation gets shut down right away, then nobody learns.
Right.
So it's not about winning an argument or making a point. It's about having a conversation. And it's fun to see Bob and Frank and Bruce doing that in Local Voices.
Yeah, and we encourage you to read those Local Voices pieces just to see the way that the conversation has been built by people who actually want to further the conversation and who want to engage respectfully with viewpoint, with people that they disagree with, right? No one's attacking any person in that conversation, but they are, I guess you could say they are attacking the points of view. They are saying, I don't think that's right because of this.
Right.
So it's really a good model for what the kind of conversation we'd like to see on our website. And we're proud to have those kind of conversations on the Lansing Journal's website.
We welcome people to submit
Right.
Local Voices pieces about anything.
Right.
You don't have to be a history professor,
Right.
or, some people have written Local Voices that just thank Public Works for doing a good job. Or,
Right.
It can be anything. So please join the conversation, do it respectfully, and let's build community together.
Yeah, that's what we're all about. And we want to see that on every part of our website, including the comment page and the Local Voices. And we're proud of our community when that happens.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to talk about our comment policy a little bit. And all this talk about conversation and engagement leads nicely into something new that the Lansing Journal will be trying next month.
Right. July 10.
This is a scoop, folks.
This is the scoop for you. July 10, the Lansing Journal is going to be at Cruise Night. We are going to be at the intersection of Roy Street and Ridge Road, right by Mancino's. So thank you to the Todd family for allowing us to use that space. We appreciate it.
We're going to set up a table.
Right.
If it's not too windy, we'll have a banner.
There you go.
And it's going to be sort of a pop-up newsroom.
Mm-hmm.
When you have an actual newsroom, then people can come in and talk to the editor, talk to the reporters, and mention story ideas or complaints or whatever's on your mind. We don't have that, so Cruise Night gives us an opportunity to do a pop-up newsroom, and we hope that people will stop by and chat and give us story ideas and just engage with us.
Yeah, if you have questions about a story we reported on, if you have questions about our comment policy, if you have questions about anything, or have something you'd like to tell us about what's happening in Lansing that you think we should cover, or if you had an event going on and you'd like to talk about running an ad for that event, we'd be happy to talk to you about all of those things. So be sure to check us out at Cruise Night on July 10.
I would love to sell you an ad.
So look forward to that, and thanks for watching today's video.
Right. Have a good week, Lansing. We'll talk to you next week.